So, I guess in 2026, it's kind of a cliche online to go to Japan, but I've never been overseas before, and I finally got my passport for the first time last year. So, when the opportunity came up to go this June, I took it. So, I brought with me my only two weather sealed cameras because we're expecting some weather, which is the OM-3 that I'm filming on right now and the GFX 100S. Oh, it's a little more roomy back here, though. I know. Look at all that room we got. That was intentional.
That's crazy. That is awesome.
So it's the kickoff of the first official day in Japan. I'm super jet lagged, so I got about 3 hours of sleep. And even though it was 6 a.m., Tsukiji Market was bustling full of tourists. So I checked that out for a bit, and then I walked on over to the Imperial Palace, which of course was closed. And it being such a short trip, I didn't want to, wait the couple hours for it to open. So I made my way over to Yanaka and tried to figure out the crazy Japanese trains. So my style of tourism is the same thing I do here. I just kind of go off vibes. I do a lot of research and I find interesting areas that I want to go check out. So I have like a laundry list of places I want to go see, and then just have a very loose schedule. So that way, if I see something cool, I can stay all day if I want to, or if I get bored, I can leave. So there's a couple of things you read about Japan that are absolutely true. Uh, there are no trash cans, and you have to be fully prepared to carry all your trash with you all day. Um, the bathrooms, while very nice and clean, do not have any towels. And outside of tourist areas, they do not have soap. And coming from North America, this is a big shock. They do not believe in strong air conditioning, so everything's very hot in the subway. And I ended up annoyingly on the very dreaded moderately cooled cars, so look out for that. Um, Also, you will immediately stand out as a tourist if you wear shorts or sunglasses, and the locals are not shy about staring at tourists. So I don't know if I just stood out like crazy or if I'm just like vaguely Asian looking, so they weren't really sure what was up. Weirdly, not later on into the trip once I got more comfortable. Um, but it was a little disconcerting being in a foreign country, not understanding the language, speaking very, very limited Japanese, not able to read, any of that stuff. But actually, everybody was very kind and very nice. Oh, yeah. Tokyo is a very, very quiet city. People are very conscious about noise and, their bubble that they're in, the space they take up. So nobody really talks. Even in like social places, people just stand there like very quietly, which I like. I'm pretty introverted. Um, but It's always funny when you come across other Westerners because they can tell they're trying to suss out if you speak English or not. And then as soon as you say something, they're just like, "Oh my god, thank God, somebody that speaks English." And we just be just yapping. Like I met so many really cool people just in random places who were just dying to like have someone to chat with. So that was pretty funny. So I really enjoyed exploring Yanaka. It's very cool, old school Tokyo. Very different from a lot of the rest of it. Then I found a cool sushi spot I tried to go to. It's about 40 minutes on the bus, another 20 minutes walking, and it was close. So, out of luck with that. Unfortunately, the weather wasn't great. It was no amazing lights, very overcast. But we were going to have some weather that night, so I did a bunch of more sightseeing and souvenir shopping. Then I went back to the hotel room, gathered up some strength, and then grabbed my other camera, and I went out and wanted to go do some shooting at night in Yanaka. Shimbashi was very quiet that evening. It was the night before the typhoon, and it was really late, probably midnight or later. So most places were closing. The izakaya I got to the night before, the guy was like, "I'm so sorry, we're closing early," but I managed to find another place under the railroad tracks, and got some ramen and a couple beers. So it was a real bummer the couple days before leaving, learning that there was going to be a typhoon passing halfway through the trip, and I was really hoping that the typhoon would miss us, it would go around us somehow, or you know, maybe we just get a little bit of rain and everything will be fine. It was not. With half the day taken up by a typhoon, I decided to maybe make the best of it, and I walked over to Don Quixote to grab some gifts, and I got soaked immediately. So I had to go back to the hotel room and change and dry out a little bit, and waiting out the storm some before heading to Shibuya. So Shibuya was really cool. It looks just like the images. It's like a crazy Blade Runner metropolis, but it's also extremely touristy. It feels just like San Francisco and Disneyland, and it was just not what I was looking for. I stayed and crossed the crossing a couple times, but then I headed up on foot over to Harajuku. So it's day 4 now, and I had just seen the movie, the Vim Vendors movie, Perfect Days, and I loved it. You know, maybe this is some unk insight, but this took me almost 40 years to realize that happiness is not something that just happens to you. You know, you might think, oh, if only I got that job, or if I made some more money, or if I was in better shape, or if only I traveled more, things would be different. But that's just not how it works. You really have to put in the work to live your life the best you can in a way that makes you happy, and just enjoy the little moments in life, because if you're just waiting for all these mysterious variables to line up, then your whole life's going to pass you by. And you know, the movie's just kind of about uh a life well lived, even if it's a simple one. And so it's a great movie. You should go watch it if you get a chance. So lucky for me, there's a couple locations right near the Shinjuku station where I was headed that day. That's pretty cool. There was no ladder. I checked. So just around the corner in Yoyogi Park is where Hirayama ate lunch. I had to wait for a school field trip to pass so I could get my picture, and I spent about a good 30 minutes there just enjoying the peacefulness of the park before I headed out on my vacation from my vacation in Kamakura. So I headed into town and I got this amazing multi-course omakase dinner, and then I went back to the hotel room and I spent way more time than I like to admit trying to figure out how to use all the stuff in the room.
Wait, SpongeBob! We're not cavemen! We have technology!
What the fuck? That's so crazy.
Across the field I stare. The Milky Way has gone to find you. The wind won't let me sleep. It's whispering away. The longer I wait, the longer I wait. Across the field I stare. The Milky Way has gone to find you. The wind won't let me sleep. It's whispering away. The longer I wait, the longer I wait. The longer I wait, the longer I wait.
next morning, I was on a mission to find some coffee and breakfast before I checked out. The plan for the day was to take the Enoden line to Enoshima, check out the island, go back to Tokyo. Checked out some new areas in town. I saw this amazing bookstore that had this authentic Daido Moriyama print, and I bought it. And I met this cool guy outside, and he let me take his picture after I asked him in Japanese. And then I headed over to the Asakusa Underground where Hirayama eats his dinners. And it was just like in the movie. I had this amazing plate for 400 yen. It was so cheap. It was really good. And then I made my way over to the riverbank, just enjoying the night scenes. This is where he played Shadow Tag in the movie, and I sat here and enjoyed a beer, and I could see why Hirayama chose this place. It's very peaceful. And eventually it was time to go. I was exhausted, but I knew that I would be upset with myself if I didn't, spend the last night in Tokyo shooting some in Shinjuku. So I grabbed my stuff and I headed over there. And now is my last day in Japan. I had so much stuff I wanted to see still, but I made it my goal on the last day before heading to the airport to go see Hirayama's apartment. And just like that, it was over. I was on the train in Narita, and I made it on the plane. I buckled myself in, and then I was unconscious for the entire 10-hour flight, and we were delayed for 90 minutes on the runway. And I was just so destroyed. Here's a photo of me at home on BART looking disheveled as hell. But I had an amazing time in Japan, and I cannot wait to go back. It's such a magical place. I have a video coming out soon about a very strange film camera setup that I also brought with me, so expect that soon, hopefully in the next couple weeks. But if you're still watching this, I really, really appreciate it. It means a lot, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks.